Hello boys and girls, we just got some news about the upcoming changes with the next weekly reset, and I guess not surprisingly, there are some more nerfs coming to the God comp. The Guardian Druid is nerfed a little bit more, I think in the same spots they were not before. Some insignificant Demon Hunter changes. The Fire Mage is also getting some damage nerfs. Mistweaver is getting buffs and nerfs at the same time, so that's, I mean, it's good to see that something's changing, but it's not going to be significant. And the Holy Paladin damage is decreased as well. 10% flat and more of the Blessing of Summer nerfs. Now, the good news is that the healing of the Holy Paladin is not being touched at this point. It's only the damage. So if you're not doing really high keys, that's actually absolutely no concern for you. And there's no changes to the Shadow Priest. So basically what that means is that the God comp is going to remain the God comp. There's no changes to the Augmentation Evoker. The dungeons still require you to have Priest in many situations. So I guess none of this is going to affect the meta too much, and we're still going to be playing the same keys with the same compositions. Now, there was another post that basically is going to help you push a little bit higher keys, and in here they're saying that the keystone levels after 20, for each additional keystone level, it will now increase the enemy health and damage by 8% instead of 10. Basically, they say that they know that the God comp is way too powerful, and now because it's nerfed, people are not incentivized to push more keys, simply because they will not be able to achieve the same levels of damage and healing as they did before. So now, instead of basically finding a different solution, they're saying, okay, let's scale the dungeons a little bit slower, so you can still push the same level of keys that you pushed before. Now, this is not a good change in my opinion. I mean, it is going to help everybody basically push a little bit higher keys, but it is not going to change the God comp, so the balancing is still going to be pretty bad in the game. If you're not one of the 5 classes that basically go into keys right now, you still have a lot of trouble getting into keys at first place. And if you're one of the other, let's say, healer classes, which is what I am interested most in, the keys will maybe feel a fraction easier, but you're still not the Paladin, right? So the issue there is that the Paladin has so many tools to handle so many different situations, and their utility is amazing, while if you're playing something else, let's say a Shaman, and you go into Brackenhide, you can't even dispel the diseases there, right? So from that perspective, it's not going to make the keys much easier, because you're still different class than Paladin, and you still have less cooldowns and less abilities to rely on. However, the positive thing is that they're looking into everything. I think they made a huge mess this season. I have no idea how they're going to fix it, but at least they know it's there. The other problem that I see over here is that, this change will remain in effect until Dragonflight Season 3 begins, but now it's mid-August, right? Let's say it's the end of August. Next patch, Season 3, is probably going to be in November, so there is a lot of time from now until then. And I think my biggest fear right now is that this is going to start to feel pretty much like Shadowlands. That they had this huge, very long seasons with nothing happening. And those nerfs, I don't think will be significant enough to make people come back and play the game. Because it's still basically the same mess that we're in. I think if they buffed all the other classes, so they're basically in par with the God composition, and we had like those 2 months remaining, whatever, until the next patch, having a lot of fun because everybody is overpowered, then that would be probably a better solution. But right now, I think that the next 2 months are still going to remain pretty dead for the game, and maybe there will be more changes coming the next week or so, but it feels like they're in this endless loop of, okay, we made a mess, now we're trying to salvage it, but we're just giving you a piece of candy here or there, but that's it. Nothing huge. I don't know. Let me know what you think about those changes, and let me know if you're playing until the Season 3 comes here or not. I'll be interested to find out. Hopefully we see better times for the game coming up in the next few weeks, but we'll have to wait and see. Until then, happy king and good luck.